Natural language processing is one of the most exciting and rapidly developing technologies today. Hey Siri, play the music. Hi, I'm Bruce Choi, Professional Risk Manager. I just wanted an excuse to do a Baron Zemo, which has gone completely viral right now. The General Language Understanding Evaluation Benchmark, or GLUE, was created in 2018 by researchers at NYU and the University of Washington to assess just how good AI was at natural language processing. It was a benchmark that was easily surpassed, so in 2019 a much tougher benchmark called SuperGLUE was set up. The Future Today Institute predicted that the SuperGLUE benchmark would be met by the end of 2021. But already at the beginning of this year, independent teams from both Google and Microsoft have surpassed the equivalent human level. Natural language processing is one of the most rapidly developing and exciting technologies in the world today. Stanford University has seen a massive uptake in NPL courses in their computer science curriculum over the past decade. Its application will fundamentally change the way we do things in the near future. With many of the algorithms available on cloud-based sources, the technology is poised for democratization to a world full of innovators. But there are risks from this innovative disruption. So firstly, for context, let's look backwards before crystal balling into the future.
Can you speak Bocce?
Of course I can, sir. It's like a second language to me. I'm as
Yeah, all right, shut up. I'll take this. Shut up.
Communicating with a computer with natural language was the dream. Something intrinsically easy between humans, but its complexity through ambiguity of language, dialects, sentiment and emotions, machines struggled with for decades. Certainly in early years of development, processing speed was key. In 1952, Bell Labs invented the digit recognizer, a machine that recognized voice entries of numbers 0 to 9. However, you had to unnaturally speak in staccato. 8, 1, 6, in order for it to work. And it was much slower than inputting it when dialing the number itself, rendering it a novelty rather than anything useful. Nowadays, advanced signal processing power is applied to intricate audio waveform analysis. Not only does it allow you to speak naturally, but the algorithms can even pick up the subtleties such as dialect and stress level. As in, there's a big difference when you say, "There is a fire here." There is a fire here! Picking up on written text has also seen a marked improvement in recent years. Each new iteration of one of the new phones improves the quality of the CMOS sensor array. I recall my last trip to Japan using an app to translate the menu to English just by holding my phone up to it. Next step after the input is the processing. Early chatbots were primarily rules-based, rigid if-then algorithms. In the 1960s, MIT developed ELIZA, the first ever dialogue system where a user inputted using a keyboard and the computer engaged in a rather limited conversation. Nowadays, these algorithms have been universally replaced by deep learning neural nets that organically learn by reinforcement and precedent, similar to human brains. And the final stage is having the machines talk back to us.
I am the voice of Night Industry 2000's microprocessor. KITT for easy reference. A kit if you prefer.
Siri, Cortana, Alexa, turn-by-turn GPS are all here today. Text-to-speech accessibility technology is built into all our smart devices. It wasn't long ago when these sounded more robotic, but with recent advancements they have been able to replicate natural waveforms of human voice. Expect voice to be a common interaction model as keyboards, mice and screens are in the near future.
Hello, computer.
Just use the keyboard.
The keyboard. How quaint.
Now before I talk about the risks, let me talk about the applications. Some of the more obvious ways to leverage this technology in business are sentiment analysis and quantifying tone, chat box dialogue, such as those with call centers or ordering something off a menu, the Star Trek Universal Translator for real-time translation, and keyword or phrase searching, along with higher order information extraction. And now to the risks. Number 1, what the future looks like in relation to privacy. A current use of the technology is in sentiment analysis, where all electronic communications on, say, a bank's trading floor is monitored. Here, a bot can detect the tone of the trading desks around the world and allow a bank's risk management team a tool to see if any particular desk is feeling under stress. Similar monitoring has been installed in call centers, so that irate customer calls can get flagged in real time to management so they know who to focus on and to choose to intervene if necessary. However, some may view such big brother actions as an erosion of employee rights, and even in some jurisdictions these practices are outlawed. Imagine a service droid hearing and processing your coffee order. What else are they picking up and listening to? Where's all that data going to? Who has access to all those private conversations and their recordings? The NPL algorithms require more and more recent data to keep them trained. Where are those conversations coming from? And what are the privacy protocols surrounding that data? Every day people are giving up privacy rights in their homes, their workplaces, as part of the enablement of this technology. Conversations about this needs to be had by society as the technology becomes more ubiquitous. Number 2. The disruption commonly known as the Fourth Industrial Revolution. The World Economic Forum founder Klaus Schwab has a view that we stand on the brink of a technological revolution that will fundamentally alter the way that we live, work, and relate to one another. It's in the scale, scope, and complexity, the transformation will be unlike anything that humankind has ever experienced before. We do not yet know how it will unfold. What we can foresee is, like in previous industrial revolutions, there will be jobs that we see today that won't exist in the future. There are staggering figures estimating over 800 million workers around the world will be displaced by AI or bots. As with any disruption, we will see an initial bifurcation in society. Financiers will try and maximize the leverage of the innovation by reallocating capital, whereas governments will need to set up social security safety nets. Looking from the applications we identified earlier, chatbots for customer inquiries, call centers, help desks, financial advisors, paralegals, indeed any scalable white-collar analyst work, and maybe even your barista and publican may well be automated. And finally, number 3, extrapolation beyond interpolation. Artificial neural nets are trained algorithms. As such, they're excellent at perceiving interpolated results. Where their behavior is erratic is in extrapolation. Additionally, they learn from reinforcement, and thus amplify what is in the dataset they were exposed to. Back in 2016, Microsoft did an experiment where it released a chatbot called Tay into the Twitterverse. It didn't take long before it took a nasty, dark turn. Within hours, it moved from a light, joking banter to become a racist bigot from its conversational understanding algorithm. The experiment was shut down with only 16 hours after it went online. Something a bit more benign, but also a red flag to keep a close eye on, was in 2017, Facebook set up 2 chatbots to talk to each other. Within an hour, they started making up their own shorthand, gibberish language to talk and communicate between themselves. Oversight of the first is easier than for the second example. It also brings into question what ethical standards do we have to hold on these anyway? Could bots be given rights of free speech in some jurisdictions in the future? Who knows? The technology of NPL is one I'm fascinated with and excited about. However, it does come with risks to society that we should proactively be addressing now in order to become future ready. A final comment. As an Australian, I often use colourful idioms when talking to my fellow countrymen. Phrases like, tell them they're dreaming, gotta do the Harry, or we broke the pineapple. Even in Star Trek's imagined 24th century world, the universal translator had difficulties when it couldn't understand the context of metaphors, such as what Darmok and Jalad were doing at Tanagra. It's human imagination that keeps on creating such metaphors, which further evolves the richness of our languages and our culture.